Ah, galera, então estamos aqui papo especialíssimo with Mr. Richie Kotzen. Richie, hello. Hello again. Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Okay. So you're back in Brazil again. So what's so special about us?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's a very special situation anytime someone that makes music can travel and go outside of their normal environment and play their music for people that want to hear it. It's a really cool thing and it's something I'm really grateful for. And I think I've been to Brazil doing this this is my 7th tour, seven or 8, I'm not sure. I don't count, I'm guessing. But, it's a great thing to get on stage and have people, show up and celebrate the music and enjoy themselves, and just happy to be here.
About audiences, do you have any other, aside from us, what other places you like to play? Like any country in special, any special city in America?
Yeah, there are cities that are really fun to play. My hometown, Los Angeles, is a great place to play. When I did my last European tour, we did a warm-up show at a small venue in Los Angeles, and it was really exciting. And a year before that, we played at the House of Blues, and it was amazing. So I love playing in LA, and I actually like playing in New York a lot too. We did a gig a few years back at B.B. King's, and it was a really special night. And more recently, we did a Highline Ballroom in New York, and that was a lot of fun. But I get to go all over the world and play, and the thing I find is that even in all these different countries, the reaction is consistent. I mean, if people feel the music, they respond to it, and that's a really cool thing. The last show we did was in Sofia, Bulgaria, on the last tour, and it was awesome, man. I mean, I wasn't thinking about what country I was in. I was thinking about how much fun we were having, playing on stage and the interaction with the audience. So I think music in general is kind of universal, so it becomes difficult to pinpoint one, city, although you have certain gigs that stick out as, oh, that was a good gig. But, in general, it's just a good thing to be able to tour.
I want to talk about a fancy camp that you did right in January. How it was, you met Roger Daltrey from The Who and played with Mark Farner from Grand Funk. How was it for you? You're a big Grand Funk fan, are you too?
Yeah, big time fan of both those guys, and I got to play with both of them, and it was incredible, being on stage, hearing those songs that I grew up on, but actually playing them, with the guys that were on the record and the guys that wrote them, So it was an incredible experience, and it's weird to think, a guy from Birdsboro, Pennsylvania, somehow ended up in a situation on stage with, Mark Farner and Roger Daltrey and all the other great guys that were there that night. I'm really, grateful to have been able to take the journey that I took.
Cool. And you have a very solid solo career right now. And if some band asked you to join it again, to go any band, if it's the right band, I don't know, maybe a super group or any band, would you go, or would you stick with your solo career that is going so well right now?
Well, I feel like I am my solo career, and I've always been that. When I started making records, the first record I ever made was released, what was recorded when I was 18. And so I started from that point of, doing my music, and that's how I got known initially. And then, of course, I had my various stints with, the bands that I was in, and that was a great education. But, doing what I do now is something that I will always do. But at the same time, there's always opportunities that come up, and if, the right situation arises and, it makes sense to celebrate music with a different group of people, I'm all for it. I don't put up those kind of walls or barriers, and I don't necessarily have a thing where, I have to do this one thing. I'm pretty open, As long as the music I'm doing connects with where I'm rooted, I'm comfortable.
And as we said, you have a very long and solid solo career. You have great songs by yourself. Are you kind of tired of playing songs like Shine or even Stand in a concert, or you're still very comfortable with it?
No, I love all the songs that I've written and co-written with people, and it's interesting being a musician because you deal with the physical element of being a human being. So not so much the song, but there's moments where you physically feel tired or worn out because you've been traveling a lot. Maybe you didn't get enough sleep, and so maybe the conditions are not ideal for a performance at that moment. But that's where experience comes in, and then you learn to sort of adapt to the situation. Well, I'm tired, I'm worn out, so I'm probably not going to be able to hit, some of those notes. But I'll do some other things that'll, be creative as well, and hopefully I find that inspiration, which is what it all comes down to, is being inspired.
And just to wrap it up, Richie, if you have to choose a musician, dead or alive, to jam to, any musician, guitar player, singer, drummer, any musician, who would you choose to?
I guess if I had to pick one person, I mean, that's a difficult question, because I thought of somebody, and then I thought of somebody else, and then I thought of somebody else, and it becomes like this whole turning thing. To narrow it down is really difficult, but there's a lot of guys that I admire, and I always liked Prince a lot, just because I felt like he was someone that was a true musical artist in the sense of the term. Everything that he did came from him. He didn't have a stylist, or he didn't have someone writing his songs, you know what I mean? So that appeals to me, or Paul McCartney, or those kind of people that the art is them. I like that. I'm not so much a fan of a made artist, you know, even though sometimes it works really well and they make great music because there's great people involved. But what gets me excited is the idea of really feeling connected to that person. And I think, you know, the guys I named kind of do that, you know.
Richie, thank you very much again, man. Great to see you again. Oh yeah.
Enjoy the show.
Thank you. Valeu, galera. Papo com Richie Kotzen. Isso aí, valeu. Até a próxima.
Beleza, então com o Richie Kotzen ao vivo em Jundiaí, ponto final em mais uma edição do programa Rock Forever. Antes de ir embora, apenas agradecimentos especiais a todo mundo que esteve envolvido nessa grande produção. O pessoal da casa, o pessoal da lounge, o Zelão, todo mundo que participa dos eventos, a toda a equipe Rock Forever envolvida, o Vertão, o Raonil, o Hel, quem mais? Cabeçudo, Rafael Pistola, Andressa, que esteve também envolvido na produção, Marcelão, quem mais? Enfim, todo mundo esteve presente e especial ao público de Jundiaí, que deu uma prova que realmente é possível ter nomes internacionais na nossa cidade. Por sinal, mais uma chance de você provar que isso é verdade. Próxima quarta-feira, dia 15 de junho, tem show das meninas do The Iron Maidens, tributo norte-americano e feminino ao Iron Maiden. Entradas 30 pilas, só colar por lá. No mesmo dia 15 à tarde, cola na Caveira Rockware, tem sessão de autógrafos e fotos, só aparecer por lá. Fique à vontade para conhecer as meninas. E rockforever.com.br liberado para você concorrer a entradas, também a ingressos para esse show. Só mandar e-mail dizendo por que você merece. As respostas mais criativas levam para casa esses prêmios, que são os 2 ingressos para Iron Maiden, The Iron Maidens, e também 2 ingressos para o show do Mr. Big em São Paulo e 2 ingressos para o show do Yornland também em São Paulo, dias 9 e 10, esses shows, certo? Missão cumprida, chefe, vambora? Ficamos por aqui, voltamos semana que vem sempre com muito rock and roll por aqui. Sabadão às 7, valeu, até mais.